Okay, so let me start, I think, with the SAVE Act. First of all, let's get a lay of the land from CNN. This is how CNN is reporting how Americans are viewing the SAVE Act and voter ID. Listen to this.
The American people are with Nicki Minaj, because what are we talking about here? So take a look here. Favor voter ID to vote. Look, I got all this polling on the screen going back since 2018. You'll notice on all of it, it's all north of 75%, 76%, 76%, 76%, 81%, and then 83% in the last year of Americans agree with Nicki Minaj. They favor photo ID to be able to vote.
What about by party? What's the party breakdown?
Yeah, normally you might expect, hey, there'd be a big divide by party with Republicans really for it and Democrats really against it. But not really here. I mean, just take a look here. Favor photo ID to vote. You got 95% of Republicans, pretty much all of them, but even 71% of Democrats favor photo ID to vote.
Okay. Now listen how Chuck Schumer, remember, 71% of Democrats want voter ID. And listen to what Schumer says about voter ID. Listen.
We've got to get this done, and we've got to get it done very quickly. The SAVE Act is an abomination. It's Jim Crow 2.0 across the country. We are going to do everything we can to stop it.
Going to do everything we can to stop it. Okay. How is it Jim Crow to ask for ID, a picture ID? That's what the SAVE Act is, that you'd be required to have picture ID to go in and vote or to register to vote and then to vote, okay? That is not unreasonable. I want to give you a list of what is required to, when you're doing something, they require photo ID. You need a photo ID to get a driver's license, to drive a car, or to renew your driver's license, or replace your lost license, get a learner's permit. You need a photo ID to rent a car, to pick up a rental car, even if you prepaid it, to buy car insurance, to file auto insurance claims, to register your vehicle, transfer your vehicle's title, get a parking permit. You need a photo ID. You need a photo ID to use car sharing apps, to buy an airline ticket in person, to board a commercial flight, enter the TSA pre-check, the clear lanes. Is it Jim Crow to ask for photo ID as they scan your eye? Is it racist to ask for photo ID when you check a bag at the airport, or you rent a U-Haul truck or a moving truck, buy a bus or a train ticket in person? Is that really? No blacks can ever go on the bus or the train or an airplane. Really? Really? No, it's just too hard for them to get photo ID. What a racist. To pick up a lost item from the Greyhound bus depot, you need a photo ID. You want to open a bank account. You want to withdraw a large amount of cash. You want to cash a check, even your own check, at many banks, at your own bank, you need a photo ID. To deposit cash, to wire money. Now, we're told that people are wiring money back to home, right? They're coming here, they're working, and they're taking care of their families, and they're wiring money back home. To be able to do that, you need a photo ID. To get a cashier's check, you need a photo ID. To get a money order, you need a photo ID. To apply for a credit card, photo ID. Increase your credit limit, photo ID. Apply for a loan, refinance a loan. Access a safety deposit box, photo ID. Replace a lost debit or credit card, photo ID. You want to reset your banking credentials? You need a photo ID. You want to pick up seized or frozen funds? You need photo ID. You want to, redeem anything you might have in the stock market or, treasury or CDs or anything like that. You need a photo ID. But let's get into your daily life of just housing. You want to rent an apartment? You need a photo ID. Are no blacks have ever rented an apartment? Really? No Hispanics, no black. It's racist to say we need a photo ID voting because you can't get a photo ID somehow or another, yet you need one to rent a house or an apartment or to apply for public housing. To pass a background check, you need photo ID. To sign a lease, photo ID. Renew a lease, buy a house, close on a house, apply for a mortgage, get utilities turned on, power, gas, water. How do blacks do it? How do they get water turned on to their house without the photo ID? Because they're just too stupid to be able to find it. It's a lie. To set up internet or cell service, you need a photo ID. You're moving from one place to another and you want to transfer your utilities, you have to have a photo ID. You want renter's insurance, photo ID. You want to file a claim on insurance, photo ID. Pick up the keys from a landlord or a property manager. Can I see your photo ID? If you want to stay in most hotels or check into a motel, I mean, even the sleazy ones on the side of the street, the roadside ones require photo ID. You want to book Airbnb, get a storage unit, access your storage unit if you're locked out. You want to get a job. You need an I-9 verification, so you need photo ID. To get paid legally, you need photo ID. Pick up a paycheck, photo ID. Set up direct deposit, photo ID. Apply for unemployment. Have no blacks ever applied for unemployment? Really? Well, they can't without a photo ID. What? We are starving blacks to death. They lose their job. They can't get a photo ID because apparently, Chuck Schumer, they're just too stupid to figure that out, or they don't have access. But yet they go apply for unemployment and they need a photo ID for that, or workers' comp, or file a labor complaint, or even join one of your precious unions. You need a photo ID. To go into a job site, to go into many buildings, you need photo ID. To get a professional license, you want to be a barber, you want to be a stylist, you want to be a nail person, you need a photo ID. Oh my gosh. You want to drive for Uber? You want to deliver for DoorDash or Uber Eats? Because that's an entry-level job. You need a photo ID. You want to get paid Venmo, cash, Apple Pay. You want health care. You want to register at a hospital because you're sick. You go into an ER and you're registering for a non-emergency. You're just sick. You need a photo ID. They're going to write you a prescription. To pick up the prescription, you're going to need a photo ID. To get any controlled medications, photo ID. Access to your medical records, photo ID. Pick up a medical test result, photo ID. To sign a consent form, photo ID. Get health insurance, photo ID. Medicare, Medicaid, photo ID. Change your insurance plan. Access to VA services. Donating blood. You need a photo ID. Have no blacks ever donated blood? Oh my gosh. Do they even have blood? This is so racist. So incredibly racist. If you want to enter most hospitals, most medical facilities, you need a photo ID. Okay, how about this? You're going to go in and buy alcohol. You need a photo ID. You're going to buy cigarettes or vapes, photo ID. We're talking about cigarettes. They always say, well, cigarettes, those are the very bottom of that's the lowest economic ladder are people who still smoke. Okay, I don't even know if that's true, but let's say it is. To buy the cigarettes, you need a photo ID. To buy cold medicine. How about this one? To buy cannabis where it's legal, you need a photo ID. You want to go to a bar or a club. You want to return an item without a receipt. You want to make a large purchase with cash. You want to pick up online orders from Best Buy or Apple. Photo ID. You want to pawn items. When was the last time you were in a pawn shop? Okay. I haven't been in a pawn shop in a while. Okay. But again, who is that appealing to? People who have little money that have to make it to the next month. They're going to pawn some items. Those are the people that apparently Chuck Schumer is saying can't have a photo ID. They just can't get one. To pawn the items, you need a photo ID. Buy a firearm. buy ammunition in some states, you need a photo ID. To enter a gun range, rent a tool or equipment. To pick up dry cleaning in another name, you need photo ID. How about this? You get certified mail, okay? You want to pick up a package at a UPS store or a USPS, the United States Postal Service requires photo ID. Pick up a FedEx package, rent a P.O. box, access your P.O. box, file change of address in person, replace your lost Social Security card, get a birth certificate copy, get a marriage certificate copy, get a death certificate copy, notarize a document, sign most legal documents, file court paperwork in person, retrieve court records, post bail, visit someone in jail, get fingerprinted, get background checks, enter government buildings. I mean, really? Hispanics and blacks and poor people have done none of those things. To go into certain public hearings, you got to have a photo ID. To access state benefits, hello, Minnesota, you need photo ID. To apply for SNAP or WIC, you need photo ID. I'd like to apply for disability. What's the first thing they say? You have photo ID? Yeah, sure. No, I'm too stupid. Chuck Schumer says I can't figure that out. You want a student aid? Guess what you have to have? Enroll children in school? Yep. Pick up children from school? Yep. Volunteer in the schools? Uh-huh. Enter a courthouse, serve on a jury, obtain a passport, renew a passport, cross international borders legally, re-enter the country by air. All of these things require something that Chuck Schumer says is Jim Crow. Okay, all of these things. Let's be really, really clear, because I could go on. I've got more on the list. Would you like me to go on? Because I can. You want to pick up a package, cash a check, get cold medicine, check into a cheap hotel, visit a sick relative, buy a beer, rent a truck for a day, reset your locked account, get your utilities turned back on. You have to prove who you are, okay? So we accept that it's not racist to ask for ID for all of these things, but it is Jim Crow to ask for ID to vote? Does that seem reasonable, logical, or true to anyone within the sound of my voice? Do you actually expect anyone to believe that blacks and Hispanics don't do these things on a daily basis because they're human? And that's what humans do. Who's the racist here? Me for completing the loop and saying, wow, you got to have ID for all of these things, and they're much less important than voting? Or is it you to say that minorities are just too stupid to figure these things out? Because here's the real truth on photo ID. Valid ID is no longer just proof of citizenship or age. It is a permission slip now. It's a key. It's a survival credential. It's a prerequisite to normal life. You don't have it. You lose it. You're unable to get one. You don't lose your rights first. You lose function. You can't function in this society without some form of ID. So it's racist for me to say ID should be made universal. No. This is not about reality. This is all about making sure some people can cheat and control elections. That's what Jim Crow was all about, not photo ID. All I want is free and fair elections, and let the chips fall fairly where they may. You're going to win some, you're going to lose some. That's what Americans want. That's why 71% of Democrats are for the SAVE Act. Do not let the GOP, do not let the Senate or the House fall on this. They must pass it. It is overwhelmingly popular, both the Democrats and the Republicans. And it's the only thing left that we don't ask ID for. Why?
Thank you for thinking for yourself and being part of a movement, because that's really what all of this is. If you want the full story, you want to go deeper, go to blazetv.com/Glenn. Go there right now, sign up, no interruptions. Just the truth, uncensored and unfiltered. Don't just watch, take a stand. And I'll see you over there in a minute.